Thank you very much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. I want to get right to this. An earthquake that hit really in the middle of the night last night in northern Venezuela, but it was felt in so many spots. It may have woken you up back toward Trinidad and Tobago, Grenada, St. Vincent the Grenadines, Guyana, Suriname. Some reports of feeling this. Let me know if you felt it too, St. Lucia and Barbados. But this earthquake was a strong one, 6.0 in magnitude. The depth is 80 kilometers or 50 miles below. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean for damage, the potential for some aftershocks? I want to get into that. Now, looking at the depth was kind of the saving grace in this. I mentioned that depth 80 to 90 kilometers down, so that's intermediate depth. And that helped prevent a lot of damage. There's some minor damage in Venezuela. I've been seeing some of that, still getting some of the reports out, but more of a shallow earthquake closer to the surface. If we had a closer to the surface earthquake with a magnitude of 6.0, there would have been more damage. Fortunately, it was just into the intermediate level. The deeper, the better as far as that is concerned. So that was one of the saving graces with that. Now, there still could be some aftershocks. That's what I'm going to be tracking on this channel as we go throughout the day. Now, this map, a little bit hard to see, but I wanted to use it. Here's where the earthquake was. Here's Trinidad, for example, Grenada, St. Vincent the Grenadines. You get back through northern Venezuela. Now, this is a did you feel it type of map, and these are the reports of where we felt it. Of course, we felt it in Venezuela, northeastern Venezuela, where we had some of the heavier shaking last night, and it lasted a while in some spots. This here in Trinidad, and lifting to the north, we felt it reports through Grenada, and then to the north of that through St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I didn't get many reports out of Barbados and St. Lucia. Let me know if you did feel it, and let me know anywhere where you felt this. So put the reports in the comments. That's very helpful. We also felt it here as we work our way back toward Guyana and Suriname swinging down. We had some of the, here we go, some of those reports over toward Georgetown of feeling this in the middle of the night last night. So let me know if you did feel this earthquake, and throughout the day I'll be monitoring some of those aftershocks. There was no tsunami threat with this. Not every earthquake produces a tsunami, so not seeing that out of that, which was some good news last night. I was up through the night monitoring that. So keeping an eye on that throughout the day. I'll go through those comments on your earthquake reports. Now, the broader picture, still watching this here in the western Gulf of Mexico, doesn't look like it's becoming a tropical depression, but trying to move in. And we're going to have some heavy areas of rain, watching some stronger tropical waves throughout the week. We're going to see some rain Cuba lifting up toward the Bahamas, and then some scattered storms elsewhere. Still watching out for some flooding around Guatemala as we go throughout the day. Scattered storms, and here comes those next tropical waves that'll be approaching the eastern Caribbean. Here's Dominica, here's Barbados, unsettled today. Grenada over toward Trinidad, scattered rain where we had some of the shaking last night. We're going to see some scattered showers and storms. You may have that this morning as you head out to church. Let me know what you're getting, not only if you felt the earthquake, but also with the weather throughout the day. And here's Guyana and Suriname. As these tropical waves pump in, we're going to see some additional flooding throughout the week in Guyana and Suriname. I'll get to our totals in that in a minute. So here we are, here's Dominica, Barbados, Puerto Rico right here. More tropical waves coming in. Not see any organization out of these. However, I've been looking at the long-term models and environmental conditions, and as we get into the upcoming week and some of these tropical waves work into the Caribbean, there are some signs that there could be some development later in the upcoming week in the Caribbean. Nothing alarming, but just kind of a little uptick in the chance of development, and that's what we'll be watching together throughout the week ahead. So here comes that spin over where we had the flooding with Alberto, another system, but that is not named, and we'll get some scattered showers across Mexico. That's been some of the good news. Of course, the flooding, not the good news, but the fact that we desperately needed to get some of the rain, a break in the pattern across Mexico, as more of this moisture will be surging in, especially the Yucatan of Mexico, where we've had the flooding and where we have that higher chance of rain. And you see it here again. Here's this spin that's working in really just south of Texas, right where Alberto was, but it didn't have enough time to develop into a named system. And then we're going to see this moisture kind of on the backside lifting up near the Cayman Islands. More of it will be just to the north, Cuba up toward the Bahamas. But then you see here scattered showers and that higher chance of rain. Yucatan on the edge of the Cayman Islands and Jamaica, mainly just to the north. But there are the scattered showers, which is really welcome news as we get back toward Mexico. Thank you for sharing this channel across Mexico. So here's Jamaica, Cayman Islands on the edge of some of the heavy rain that's going to lift to the north. This is later today. scattered showers and storms. This is scattered about Haiti, Dominican Republic, where we could see some river flooding, some of that runoff at the river crossings, and then more of this moisture. Look at Guyana and Suriname, some of that rain, northeastern sections of Venezuela, near Trinidad up through St. Lucia, Barbados, Dominica. We'll have that chance of scattered showers. This is our Monday, and you see that moisture right there. The Bahamas, we'll see some of this rain lifting in, especially central and north, trying to creep into the northern Bahamas as we go throughout the week. A little bit more scattered. Some spots yesterday in Belize finally had some welcome sun. Other spots still need to get the rain. So not as widespread across Central America. Drawing our attention over here. This is again Monday afternoon. Then as we work into Tuesday, another surge of moisture, another tropical wave moves in, and you see that higher chance of rain. Now as these tropical waves start to march across in the short term, not any development, but later in the week, we could start to see some signs that they kind of want to gather a little bit, hints at development. So any changes, any prospects of any sort of tropical storm, I'll let you know first right here, because that's why I do this, so we could kind of have that advance warning and have some of the preparation time. Now, here are the winds. I'll get to the wave heights in a moment. You can see some of the gustier winds here, of course, but the winds are going to be picking up throughout the week in parts of the Atlantic waters, off the coast of the southeast U.S., closer to Bermuda, but Atlantic waters, and then into the Caribbean. You see those winds. It's going to be a windier week, which means we're going to have some of those choppier seas. You see here, let me stop it here. This is on Wednesday afternoon. Some of the winds could gust to around 80 kilometers an hour, 50 miles per hour. That's because those tropical waves, those aren't water waves. We're talking about atmospheric waves. Those are areas of rain and storms. As those move across, we're going to have some gustier winds, and that coincides with higher seas. Near the Bay of Campeche, Western Gulf, of course, the higher seas today as this tropical system tries to move in. But you see as we go throughout the week, some of these brighter colors, the green and yellows, 2 to about 3.5 meters, or upwards of anywhere from about 7 to 11-ish feet. Things are going to get bumpier as the week goes on. This is our Monday. You see a couple spots here, and then as the week goes on further, the seas start to grow and a little more widespread. So the Caribbean, we will have choppier waters as we go through the week. This is Tuesday, and then breaking it down here into Wednesday. You see on Wednesday across the central Caribbean, we'll see some of the waves 2 to about 3.5 meters. A little bumpier too as we approach just in the offshore waters, Atlantic waters of the Caribbean. Watching out for a bit of a chop there too. It's going to be bumpy. All right, we get a look at the rain totals here. This is mainly for today. So as this tropical system moves in, some of the same spots in Mexico with this tropical system that's not classified moving in, we'll get an additional 100 millimeters of 4 inches of rain. And where it hits the higher terrain, northeast Mexico, that's where we'll see flooding, but scattered showers elsewhere, and that is generally some good news. And you see the totals not as high. Panama, Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, although in Guatemala in particular, and near El Salvador and inland Honduras, we are going to see some areas of flooding again. We're going to see a little flare-up of thunderstorms over toward Guatemala. Could get a few in Belize, where we could see some of that flooding, but especially Guatemala. And then I showed you that surge of moisture that will lift into the Bahamas. So over the next 3 days, so this is really as we get into Tuesday, we could see some totals in the Bahamas of 4 inches of rain or 100 millimeters of rain. Jamaica, Cayman Islands, we're talking about some scattered showers and storms. Some spots dry if you get a shower or storm. 50 to 75 millimeters of rain or 2 to 3 inches of rain. Cayman Islands will be on the edge of some heavier rain, most of it though to the north, and this here Puerto Rico, U.S. British Virgin Islands, Anguilla, passing shower or storm, but a touch more as I was showing you in that model with the tropical waves moving in. Guadeloupe south, a better chance of those scattered storms throughout the week. And then we get down here, anywhere from Barbados, St. Lucia, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, a few totals over 75 millimeters of rain or 3 inches of rain. But as promised, I wanted to show you this. Here's Guyana. Look at these higher totals. This black shading showing up, 150 millimeters of rain or 6 inches of rain. Watching over toward Georgetown, higher rain totals. Let me know in Guyana, even parts of Suriname with the flooding. We're going to have additional flooding. Put your location down, what you got going on. I do appreciate that. Now, in the bigger picture, so So again, watching these waves moving in, but up here, that chance of some severe weather with these bigger fronts where it's been so very hot, relatively speaking. So heads up, coming out of Quebec over toward New England and New Brunswick, even over toward Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island today, severe storms are possible. Low end risk of a tornado too, wind damage possible in some of these storms. So giving you that heads up here, a very kind of aggressive system. It's been so hot, there's a lot of instability. And what that means is the storms could really grow up in the atmosphere, thus they would be taller and stronger. And then as we work our way into Monday, still some scattered showers, severe threat starts to go down, could have a few stronger storms in some spots, otherwise more in the way of scattered showers on Monday and again on Tuesday. But today, Atlantic region of Canada, back toward Quebec, there is that severe weather threat. So I'll be watching that as we slide throughout the day. Jamaica, we have a 40% chance of showers and storms. Cayman Islands, a lot of that rain is going to lift to the north, but still about a 40-50% chance of some rain and storms. Trinidad and Tobago, the rain chance stays elevated. It's actually going to get higher as we get into the upcoming week with a couple bigger tropical waves that will be moving in, and I'll be monitoring for any aftershocks. Barbados, scattered showers and storms possible at any point throughout the day the next 2 days, about a 50% chance, and that goes for St. Lucia, a 50% chance. Rain chance here as we work our way to Grenada. You can see on Tuesday, we're going to be up to a 60% chance of some wet weather with that next tropical wave moving in. And that goes for St. Vincent and the Grenadines by Tuesday, up to a 60% chance. Martinique could get a few thunderstorms, 40 to 50% chance. Dominica, passing shower or a couple thunderstorms will be possible. 40 to 50% chance, 40% chance in Guadeloupe, and a 30 to 40% chance the next couple days. Antigua and Barbuda, passing shower or a storm. St. Kitts, Nevis, and Montserrat, about a 30% chance, and a 20 to 30% chance of a shower passing by the next couple days. Anguilla and St. Bart's. Rain chance 30%, St. Martin, Saba, and Statia, and a 40 to 50% chance in Puerto Rico. So not all day rain, but some scattered storms. Could see some passing showers as we work our way back through the U.S. and British Virgin Islands. But the Bahamas, as I was showing you, that moisture from Cuba lifting up, we'll see a better chance of rain. Turks and Caicos, about a 40% chance, a 40% chance through the Dominican Republic with some scattered storms, scattered showers and storms across parts of Haiti. Even if you don't get one that's falling where you are in Haiti, we're going to have some of the runoff from some of these storms that are elsewhere, and that water could kind of find us. So we could see some of those rivers rising in some spots, even if it's not falling above your head. Belize, we have a 40% chance of scattered showers and storms, otherwise hot, the mugginess around. Aruba, 10 to 20% chance. How about Aruba, Curacao, and Bonaire? The rain chance still not too high. I'm hoping as we get into the upcoming week, deeper into the week, we'll see the rain chance bump up to at least 40%. Guyana, been highlighting us for that chance of rain. Same thing as we get over toward Suriname, but more so Guyana, the highest chance of getting some flooding. Scattered storms as we work our way through Cuba, scattered showers and storms. Costa Rica and Panama, but Central America, the rain chance has gone down some. So Nicaragua, about a 40% chance, and a 40% chance of some scattered showers and storms in Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador, not all day stuff, but still that elevated chance of rain and storms, and scattered about in Mexico City. A lot of this, though, is good news since we need to get the rain. The Yucatan, the rain chance stays on the elevated side, a 60% chance. Colombia, about a 30% chance. 30 to 40% chance in northern Venezuela, especially northeastern Venezuela. And in Bermuda, could see a better chance of some rain by the time we get into Tuesday. So I'm monitoring that earthquake activity with that bigger quake we had last night. Fortunately, that was well below the surface, but some aftershocks are possible. Those are usually smaller earthquakes that happen just as things try to settle back after more of a major earthquake. Tropical waves will be moving in throughout the week, watching out for some flooding and the possibility of some development either late this upcoming week or early as we work our way into July. So let me know in the comments if you did feel that earthquake, if you are getting some rain or finally some dry weather. I'll be going through those throughout the day. Have a good rest of your day.